So far, we've been working on analyzing the problem. We've analyzed the big picture, the given details, and the requirements. Now, we're going to start to develop a solution for the problem. Developing a solution simply means finding the required value, or values, needed to get an answer to the problem. Here is rule number 1. Developing the solution starts from the requirement of the problem. It starts by first looking for an equation that contains the required data item. For example, in this problem, the required data item is the distance traveled by the car. So the question you should ask yourself is, what will be the equation that contains this data item? After you develop the equation, highlight all the unknowns. This way, you can easily figure out how many unknowns there are. Note, highlight each unknown only once, so you won't count it twice. Here, we have only one unknown, so we can't solve the equation and get the answer. If there are more unknowns, you should be able to develop more equations until you have the same number of equations as you have unknowns. In the following example, we'll see how to develop a set of equations to solve the problem. In previous lessons, we figured out the big picture. And then we specified the details and the requirements using these tables. To develop the solution, we start from the requirements. So we look for an equation with T or R. The budget is equal to the total price of the mini robots plus the total price of the learning tablets. Based on that, we develop the following equation. Using the planned amounts and prices of the products. Now we highlight the unknowns. We can easily see that there are two unknowns in this equation. That means that we need another equation. To develop the second equation, we use the actual numbers and prices of the mini robots and learning tablets, and the same budget again. Now we have two equations and two unknowns. We can solve these equations simply by substituting in the given values from the table and then solve to find the values of the unknowns. Developing a solution is the final step in the process of solving a word problem. The key points are: use the requirement as a starting point to your solution. Use logical relations to develop equations. Develop a system of equations that solves the problem. Highlight every unknown once. And finally, the same number of equations and unknowns is required to solve the system of equations. Try it yourself. Develop a solution for the following problems. Don't forget to start with the requirement in each problem, and follow the key points we've learned in this lesson. A printable PDF of these problems and the complete solution is waiting for you in the resources area of this lecture. Good luck!